Oh man, it is one of those days again. Projectifying. Things are going to have to come off. Things are going to have to change. Waited a bit. It's a little later in the day because you can probably see that line. That's where the shade is because I can't get the truck in there because transmission and stuff is in there for the other project. But today, Vicini said when the job goes wrong to go back to the beginning, and this is where I got the job, so this is the beginning. First things first, got to take this this joker right here off. One of these days I'm going to cut that guy down, but well, that thing right there has got to go. I'm not super happy with it. And by it I mean it having to go. I'm not super happy with it. But it be what it be. Let's take the sucker off. Crescent wrench. Alabama socket set. 2 Alabama socket set. Won't need you for a while, so I can get you completely out of the way. Now, one thing I like about my setup here, simple tools. Yep, that's going to spew fuel. Grab some paper towels. Yep, spewing fuel. Spewing. Next, it's Friday night. I wanted to go out. I didn't want to go to no show. Didn't want to cruise Main Street. Didn't want to go to no disco. No, I just wanted you to come over, sit on the couch and hold me tight. But you went out with some dumb jock and left me alone with my skateboard tonight. I gotta take that one off too. I may need a step ladder to get to this one. Should have brought a beach towel here to do this. Great Kokomo, that is a reach. I'm gonna need both hands. Got the dual Alabama socket set action. What? No, I'm not taking this off. I've just given myself a really bad haircut and I'm a little self-conscious about it. Ah! Yeah, leak fuel right on my header. That's what I want. This thing has got sensors coming out of the wazoo. Ah! Help me. All the vacuum lines, but the 2 in the back that I can't really get to, are off. All the sensory doohickeys are off. I think what I'm going to do is take the clink clank and take the clippy clamp off of that, so I don't have to fight getting it off the back of the throttle body, and we'll go from there. Ah, you fell down. You okay? You okay? Hey, buddy. It's not 7/16, it's not a half, not a 9/16. It's a frippin' 12 mil. Really? Where did that one go? He just jumped off and ran off down inside a hole. Here's a trick for you. Under the hood, keep one of these little guys. This one's broken in half, but it's a neodymium magnet out of a hard drive. Works like magic for fishing stuff out of holes. And I found him. This thing had glued itself to the manifold. Tried to pee on me. Gasket's in good shape, so it wasn't blowing by the gasket. You know, I don't wonder now if I didn't have a massive freaking vacuum leak, because that wasn't on there at all. The brakes worked like a champ. You know, that may well have been the source of a lot of my issues. Be what it be. That's where we're at right now. I've already got the two difficult fittings on. Now I'll go for the easy one. Holly, what provided the fuel pressure regulator, asked for pipe dope on the pipe fittings that go into the inputs and output. So I'm using pipe dope, and I found some that's good for solvents and gasoline. And since they put a lot of solvents in our gasoline nowadays, I figured this will be okay. So this guy here goes in right there. I can't do this with one hand. So I painted myself into a pickle because the throttle cable was in the way of, I couldn't spin that guy on. In other news, I get to show you the cool bracket I made. That's just cut out of a piece of steel with a 4.5-inch death wheel. I found the piece of steel. It's the thickest steel they had at Home Depot. Not quite thick enough, but I think it's going to work. Now I've got my fittings on. Top, bottom, sides. Fuel pressure gauge. Now I can put the thing back on after taking it off. Bolt it up again. Hope my throttle cable clears, because there might be a little interference in there. If there is, just have to go to Home Depot, buy another piece of steel, and make another bracket. Hopefully I don't have to do that. Let's put it back on. The last Flying Sparks Garage video had Emily struggling with a pair of wire strippers like these. Struggling is not the right word, but you know what I mean. Got a pair of these that were given to me. And these are as simple as that one. Got that one. Butt connector. Heat shrink.
trimmed a little too much off. It'll be alright though, because I'm going to heat shrink the whole thing. Crimpy crimp. Nice and solid. Drop my crimpers. Nice watertight joinerton. Not going anywhere. Starting to look a little more like it might do something. I tested out the fuel pump relay that came with the EFI system instead of running another relay. Right there. Useless diagram. Nothing's labeled correctly. Well, nothing for that circuit's labeled correctly, because it says pink is 12 volt positive, 5 watts, and it's ground. It also says green is relay out, which red is relay out. There's also an orange wire, and there is no orange wire. So, completely backwards. So, I did some pokey and prodding with clippy things and got the relay to clicky clicky. So now I just got to figure out where I want to run my wires, and I think that's the last thing I need to do to bring the thunder, as it is said nowadays by all the cool kids. That way. I think that's going to do it for today. I've got some cleanup to do. Tied it up a little bit. I'm really not happy where, ow, that's hot. Really not happy with where the fuel pump relay is landing. So instead of cleaning up those wires, I think I'm just gonna add it in over here on a standard relay instead of that tricky little relay that came with the fast system. Yeah, that's going to mean one more connection in that line, one more point of failure, but try to run one wire from one end to the other wherever possible. Sometimes you just can't though. D.U.I is in, the Demon is in, fired right up once I had everything where it needed to be. Runs and drives. I still need to tweak it a little bit because it just doesn't have the that it used to have on the top end, but we'll see. So I'm calling it for today. I might run to the auto parts store and buy another switch because I'm not happy with the switch I've got run to the choke. Never can remember which way to flip it. I mean, opposite of the direction everything else apparently isn't enough for me to remember. That is a on-off-on switch, which I don't like. It's also not stake on. It's got ring terminals. I don't like that either. So I think I may run to the parts store and buy another switch that is like those switches there. If I can find them with stake on terminals instead of the little screw on. I just like that connection better. And I'll probably buy some replacement ones of those because I think I smoked one. Yeah, that's it for today. She moves. Took her around the block. I mean, I'd show you how she starts and runs, but you guys have seen that already before many times, so no sense beating that dead horse. That's it. Oh my gosh, that's bright. Thanks for watching. You guys have